If you decide to take on this plumbing job, then make sure the main water to the whole house is off. If you are not comfortable with working with plumbing, maybe you should call a professional or somebody who knows what they're doing.
So, were you looking to just have this hooked up and just standing here, or do you want it mounted to the wall?
I don't really want it mounted because I don't think it's going to go mounted because I have, pipeline, all this has to stay here,
So is that the drain pipe right there, the white one?
Yes.
So now, just break these down to hook to the back of this, and then this. So that's that.
Yeah, and I didn't get
You gotta make sure the wire. So the box is open. That's what I got. I got the drain. I'm gonna take that with me to match up the plumbing. So that was the faucet. This one comes with the faucet, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I just had it open a couple minutes ago. So.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
There's the faucet. This is a nice faucet.
And like I said, if you whatever materials you need to buy, go ahead and do it. I just I'll take the rest of the stuff back, whatever he don't need.
Okay.
See, I need the male part to go in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it's that, like a male part, and then the female part on here. Alright, so there it is. That's how she wants it. I'm going to show you the whole process. Gotta get the plastic off, put the hinges on, so I don't have a hard time opening these doors up. So I'm trying to figure out how I can use some of these pieces so I'm not spending all kinds of money. Put that right there. Dry fit all this. Okay, so I can put this right there. That's the wedge. And as long as it has a P trap.
Okay.
To trap out all the gases. So this, I have to find something to break this down from 2 inches to when I get there. So I'm gonna take this all with me and see what I can put together. So that'll be like that. I'll bend this over to be straight, or maybe like that. And then I'll put this in here like that. I'll maybe cut this right there. Then get the 2-inch T, and then T just to pass it and kind of go into here. Then I'm gonna cut everything to size up here. And let me dry fit it real quick, just to see if all my sizes are gonna size up. So this is what I'm working with. I'm gonna go like this. So So that's the perfect length right here. That's gonna be perfect. So that'll be like that. And then I'll cut this to size. Cause this is gonna be like this. So I need to put the T, put a T in there. And this is 2-inch. You can tell is, you can look right here, it says it has a 2 for a 2-inch. So right here, 2. This is 2-inch pipe. And sometimes I get worried. So I kind of go like this and see, like, they're not that much of a different size. So if I take this with me, gotta make it to 2-inch to go into that. I think this is 1.5, or maybe it's a 1. This one doesn't say it. Then I got this for the water line. I'll just get that extender, 1/2 inch to 3/8. And then, oh yeah, I need 2 of them as well. Okay. Those spigots, the branch 1 into 2. Now, this, I'm going to take off the hose thing, so hopefully, it looks fairly new. So maybe the washers won't be messed up. You know, I could even, these ones, I could just flip them around. If it's crimped, flip it around and use the good end on here. Just because it doesn't seem to seal right. First things first, I'm going to put these 2 on. So these are hose bib separators, or splitters is how I found them. And this will be used for wash machine application to put in a sink. And I'm going to use this hose right here. One's going to be for the sink and one's going to be for the wash machine. For this part is, I don't know the sizes, but I took this to Home Depot and just fitted everything. So that goes into that, drops it down to this. That way I can put a connector on. This is 1 inch or 1/2 inch. So that's 1 inch, then 1/2 inch to 3/8, and that way I can put the faucet into this fitting right here. And this whole application, this fitting is the only fitting that's gonna get Teflon tape. So let's get together, because everything else has a washer, and this has a washer as well. Washer, if it has a washer, you don't need Teflon tape. Make sure the water's off. Gotta close the water. Close. The water's off. Okay. It'll be easier to move this out the way. Somehow. This may drip a little bit, so you should have a water pan handy. So after you turn off the water, and you can install them one by one. This is going to be hot water. This is going to go right back in to here. So this is going to be the wash machine's hot, and then this is going to be for the faucet. Make sure the washer's in there. I'm prepping it for the faucet. I'm gonna put it on like this, just so it's easier to, if she ever has to shut it off, you know, I guess, I don't know, whatever's accessible quickest is the quickest way to shut it off. Make sure the washer, actually, I'm going to install it like that, just so I can put the other side on, like that, and install it like this. You can do it either way. Because I don't want to finger tighten it. This thing is moving around, so I'm gonna cut it off just so I can tighten it better with my pliers. Ensure watertight seal inside the house. This ain't outside. My pliers. And make it really tight. And tight enough not to strip it. It is brass and copper. This ensures it's watertight. Okay, washers in there. Okay, so this is the hot water side, and then after this I'm gonna do the cold water side. Okay, so I'm gonna be tightening it like that, so righty tighty. I'm gonna do it this way. No, wrong way. Do it this way. Okay. And make sure that it's on straight, so I don't cross thread anything. Hold that like this. This on the copper part. Now it'll be the caulk around it. And then set the thing back on top to secure it, and put all the silicone on. Use a kettlebell so I'm not shifting it around, and this can actually dry in plumber's putty. Put it on here, plumber's putty, and then when I screw everything from the bottom, it's going to squeeze out from the side. So whatever I don't use, I would use a regular screwdriver to put them back in to risk stripping. Had some extra come through and I just took it off, and I'm gonna save this just so I don't have a hard time putting the threads on. I didn't even use the extra washers that it comes with because the putty that I put on the top acts like a washer, so I took it off. And big pliers, and then tighten it up until it's tight watertight for a drain. After tightening up the bottom, this is what you get. Just take the extra and put it back in your collection to be reused. So now that that's done, I'm gonna dry fitted everything. I looked at the 1.5, and I got lucky because you see it says 1.5. So I just got a pipe to connect it like that, bam, glue it. And then you always want this slope to be the direction of the draining. So it drains down this way. It's gonna be like that. So now I'm just gonna dry fitted everything. This gets a different than the one that goes in here. And I'll show you. I'm gonna dry fit everything to this, and then I'm gonna work my way down. Then cut this. So I have this. I'm trying to make that like this. But see, there's no lip on the end. So it just falls right through. So this comes right out. The washer falls right off. Let's see how this one has a lip. And that's what I need. So it's not gonna disconnect. I still like to use the washer. The kind of compresses, even though it's a plastic washer. Drainage has no pressure, so make that tight. Alright, so since that's like that, this goes on the lid, and then the washer goes like this, then that goes just like that. And that way, this one was pulling out from right here. So because it has the lip, it's not doing so anymore. So I make this tight like that. Make that tight. And then I'm gonna see, this already has that washer piece, so I'm gonna go like that. Make that tight. Actually, I'm gonna use this one. Or I could use that one. And just put this on this piece. And then I'm gonna cut a piece of this out. Plug it in there. And then I'm gonna have my T. I'm gonna glue everything together. So it doesn't matter how far, just cut enough to put this piece on. And then you're gonna cut this, and that's gonna go glue in between that and that. So just really line everything up like that, and I'm gonna mark from there what I'm gonna squeeze in here. From here, I'm gonna cut this middle out. So make sure every screw piece gets one of these. So the same way I would have cut this is I'd let that lean right there, and then measure what's gonna go inside of the fittings. And that's gonna be it. And I'm gonna tie everything together, draw lines so I don't twist them wrong. When you start using this stuff, and make sure you have something so it doesn't drip, because this stuff stains. So I'm gonna start gluing everything together. This is a 1.5 inch pipe, and I discovered that this was 1.5 inch by the sticker. You can go to the hardware store and dry fit everything. So I'm gonna glue everything together. Now that I got this part glued, I want to dry fit it. The reason I dry fit this back piece is because after I put it and glue it, I want to put it on and twist it as it's together. You always want a quarter turn. And because this is like this, I might actually just flip this around, because I don't want to clean nothing. I don't feel like cleaning anything off. That paint might make it leak. So I mark it and see, so when I connect it later to see how much goes in. So I mark that, and I mark this. I'm gonna cut that off, and then put everything together, and then I'll glue everything. After I put this piece on, I'll glue everything. Alright, so I need better leverage. I'm gonna careful, because I just glued this. I'm using this oscillating tool. Cut it up. So that's glued. And push it and hold it for 30 seconds. And just tie everything together. This isn't leaking. I don't see no leaking. I don't feel no leaking. So that means it's not leaking. See, faucet. I think that part's leaking. But that's to the washing machine. Well, because it's leaking, I don't know, maybe me flipping it around. It looks good. It looks like, because the other side was warped, this side's less warped. Maybe because it's flat on the back, maybe it'll kind of reseal really nicely. So, let's see. It's really common sense, really. Here, let me tighten everything up and turn it back on. So, it's just this part right here. Oh, you need to really... Okay. You need another washer. That's all. You just need a brand new washer. Let me try to turn this off. Let's get a brand new washer. Give it a light. It's a primer. Primer. Then primer. And then cement. Then I push it in, quarter turn, and hold it. "30 seconds. I do 10. And then let it go. There you go. Now, I'm just kind of getting a picture of everything and so I could put it on my thing. Nope, no leaking. It's hot and cold water. Yep. And turn it off.